Christian apologists will often talk about the historical evidence for the Gospels and the resurrection in particular by comparing that evidence to the evidence for other persons and events in classical history. Often they'll say that their evidence is better, while disparaging the evidence for these other events and persons, which suggests that more reliable than unreliable is sufficient. It's not. But for this video, I want to ask, what would it take for you to believe in some miraculous event or miracle worker today, minus something like a video camera, which simply didn't exist 2,000 years ago? Aside from independent, third-party, disinterested, contemporaneous reports of Jesus and the resurrection, which could have existed but simply don't, the possible evidence for the Gospels and the resurrection in general theoretically falls into one of the following categories. 1. First-hand knowledge. You were there and witnessed the event yourself. Note that even this does not guarantee that you actually saw the thing you think you saw. Most of us have seen a woman in a box chopped in half and then separated by several feet or yards, heck, maybe even meters. Was the woman actually chopped in half? No. If the event we witnessed, whatever it is, falls outside our common experience of what we know is likely, probable, or possible, we are justified in being skeptical. To acquire any degree of certainty regarding what we saw, additional investigation is required to confirm our observation. Additionally, first-hand eyewitness testimony is notoriously unreliable. So even in the best of circumstances, we have a difficult task in terms of determining the truth of our experience. If that experience can't be replicated and demonstrated to others, the knowledge you think you have from your first-hand experience of an event is still tenuous at best and entirely anecdotal. Other people experiencing that same event with you makes it more likely, perhaps, that your experience is trustworthy, but even then, multiple people can be fooled. And we don't have anything like that regarding the Gospels and the resurrection. 2. Second-hand knowledge. In the best possible case, you speak to someone you know to be reliable who says they were there and witnessed the event. Please note that as we move farther down this list, every new point is simply added to the previous point. So all the problems in point 1 regarding first-hand knowledge apply here as well to our allegedly reliable source. Even if your reliable source actually witnessed a thing, they can't be sure of what they actually witnessed either, especially if it falls outside our common experience, not without additional investigation. But you have more obvious problems now as well. Your reliable witness could have some motive unknown to you to lie about the event. Or perhaps this person's perception of the event was hijacked by being part of a crowd which was prone to see the event in a certain light. Maybe this person was biased regarding the event right from the beginning, despite being otherwise reliable. 3. Third-hand knowledge. In the best possible case, you're told of the event by a person you know to be generally reliable, who was told of the event by someone they know to be generally reliable. Now you have all the problems from point 1, which were significant in their own right, along with double the problems from point 2, also significant. And now there are more. The person you know to be reliable may have a blind spot regarding the person they presume to be reliable. Or perhaps this second party has a definition of reliable which is not quite as robust as your own. In even the best of circumstances, we are farther away from being able to trust that the information coming to us is accurate, or hasn't been either misinterpreted, misconstrued, misreported, or outright manipulated for some nefarious or not so nefarious purpose. With nothing more than this third-hand knowledge, would you believe in miraculous event X or miracle worker Y happening today? Because we don't even have that in the case of the Gospels and the resurrection. We have no idea who wrote the Gospels or who their sources were, reliable or not. Not only that, but the Gospels were written decades after the alleged events, and by people who spoke another language, in a mostly illiterate world where people knew almost nothing about the way the world actually works, drinking up superstition like it was 1937 Glenfiddich single malt scotch. Nor do we have the original documents, only copies of copies of copies of copies. And of course, we can't question anyone involved, or know the motives of the people writing the reports of these alleged miraculous events. If this is sufficient evidence for you, if you live your entire life based on this quality of evidence, then I have a cancer cure you can purchase directly from me. It's a cure, yes, but it's also a prophylactic. So you don't have to have cancer now. It'll protect you from getting cancer in the future. And I will give it to you for the low price of $100,000. Become a patron today and I'll send you that cure immediately. And you know you can trust me because I'm me. And I've never been anything but. Thanks for watching.